How you doing there, dude?
Here we go! Woohoo! Woo! Woo! Let's have fun!
Hello there. Whoa. Frog in the throat, welcome to Chris Pollard Live, which is brought to you tonight from the personal views of Penelope Cruz, along with certain sections recorded live in front of an aluminium waste paper basket. We are sponsored tonight by Alan Carr's Biscuits for the Tired and the Society of Claude Makelele Skeptics. We have received donations from the Jeremy Paxman School of Song and Dance. We are also funded in part by the Council of Getting Your Leg Wet in the Rain. In a week where we will be asking the questions, are we being played by the Shampoo Advertising Standards Board? How much should Britain have to pay for the crimes of Ed Sheeran? And just why is it okay to take your partner out for lobster and not okay to give them crabs instead? Tonight, let's find out thoroughly, along with doing some of this also.
On tonight's
programme, we are going to be having a quick browse at the Community Cork board, as we always do here on Chris Pollard Live on a Thursday night, along with dash over to some of those World Record Weeklies. And we are also tonight going to be experimenting on a new format that I can only right now call Pube Sack. Pube Sack. All that and more later tonight on your Thursday Chris Pollard Live.
Chris Pollard.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
Still don't know how to turn loop off on that sample. There was Freak Show by Ghost Poet, and welcome back to Chris Pollard Live. Yes, welcome back. If you still want to squeeze in any last minute messages, you've still got 1 hour and 40 minutes to do that by tweeting at Durham on air or texting studio plus your message to 88802. And wherever you are, I hope you're doing quite fine and dandy, because there's been quite a lot happening in the world of sport, and I just thought we'd have a little moment of calm before we listen to the samba music. Just that's quite nice, isn't it? Okay, I'm ready. Sport. Oh, swap shop? No. Sport. In NASCAR,
Ace awesomely passed Fresh Frisbee Jr. on the 888th lap at the AT&T KFC NASDAQ Daytona Spring Bowl. Awesome!
also in the sports this week, there were more developments in the story regarding Jose Mourinho, and according to his publicist, he has now fully settled the dispute over the 3D brows and gelish nails he had until then refused to pay for at Giselle's Glam Palace in downtown Tottenham. He had previously described the work done as shoddier than a lay-by hot dog, and then added, "Grrr." In off-road potato polishing, the middleweight title changed hands after a controversial judge's decision. The new crown champion Dennis Crayon looked to be applying an illegal polish to his glove during drinks breaks, which was not picked up about. Forget about it. News has emerged today that footage will be reviewed by the official body after they've all had a nice bath. Also in the sport, in hypnotic football, just take a deep... do you know what? Forget about that as well. There was all the sports headlines. We'll be right back after the advert with your County Durham Community Cork Board. Here's John Cale. We're working on it. We're going to get there. welcome back to Chris Pollard Live. I hope you're doing well wherever you are listening to this sack of rubbish. You have just heard Fear is a Man's Best Friend by John Cale, followed swiftly after by Crucifier by Desert Sessions. I hope you enjoyed that, but it's time that we press on to more pressing matters, and press them we shall, and press those pins into that community corkboard.
The County Durham Community Corkboard.
Welcome to the County Durham Community Corkboard, your virtual audio parish whatever, where the people of County Durham have been contacting me throughout the last weeks and offering up their local services. Maybe you need a hand, because a friend with a hand is indeed a handy friend. So these are just some of the services that you, the good listeners of County Durham, can take advantage of today. Get in touch today for a free trial of Margaret Sandcastle's step-by-step rhubarb encouragement scheme. County Durham's #1 vegetable charmer is back with an all-new 16 simple, sexy steps to unforgettable rhubarb plumage. Only $25.99 a week after trial ends. Next up, Mike Control here. And are you having infestation problems in your kitchen, lounge or garage distillery? Fret no further with my latest invention, the Mike Control Chastity Pants for household ants. Stop these little bleeders breeding for good with these cast iron micro shorts, able to accommodate even the most well-endowed of household intruders. Does not work on spiders. £3 for a pack of 18,000. Small padlocks sold separately. Next up, do your taps keep going? I don't know about that, mate. Maybe you need some of Dr. Orville Prince's kitchen and bathroom de-scousing foam, created right here in County Durham, made with real bits of finest County Durham sheep face. Order 3 bottles now and Dr. Prince himself will come and spray the affected areas for you personally before trying to run off with your landline phone. Call now to take advantage of Dr. Orville Prince. And finally, the last posting we have. Why not call Pip Tap the Post today for his back-in-service express drive-through head lice clinic? If you would like a legitimate reason to take the kids out of school or get off work, drive through today and let our resident scruff, Liam Oblong, scratch his long matted hairstyle and beard all over you and your children. Our methods are clinically proven to transmit head lice, and for a special 2021 offer, we are now offering 45% off our cold sore transmission service. Call now for more info or tweet at Durham on Air, and I will get your application forwarded forthwith. But that's all we've got on the community corkboard, which is very handy as the bed's about to finish. But we're going to be... I'll tell you what we're going to do. I've got one more song from Need for Speed Underground 2. So I'm just going to have a little moment of nostalgia here with my headphones on. And if anyone played that game as a child, or maybe as a small choir boy, I hope you enjoy this too. If not, maybe it's a little bit of something you've not heard before. It's Unwritten Law with the Celebration song. We'll be back with Chris Pollard Live in 3 minutes. Nice timing.
Britain's #1.
Welcome back to Chris Pollard Live. There was Jerry Was a Race Car Driver by Primus from Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1. And before the advert break, you heard That's Life by Frank Sinatra, which, as it was on, I believe was actually in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater Underground 2, which was not actually intentional. I just thought I'd put a bit of Frank in tonight. Bit of Blue Eyes for the oldies, you know. That's my tune on karaoke. But enough about that. We need to do the stuff that I've got written on Microsoft Word, because I've written quite a bit of it tonight. So let's do that instead. I said, let's do that instead.
Yo, what's up? You're listening to World Record Weekly now on Chris Pollard Live.
Welcome to Chris Pollard Live, World Record Weekly, where here we cast an eye over some of the astonishing attempts that have been made over the last 7 days and those that we can expect in the near future. The world record books were smashed to pieces this week as Canadian native Blocks Chepstow broke the record for most record books smashed in 15 minutes. Using a pre-selected toolbox of hammers, bats and wrenches, West Brom onlookers described the... West Brom. Why did I play this for World Record Weekly? Onlookers described the attempt as West Brom. They didn't describe the attempt as West Brom. Onlookers described the attempt as genuinely quite disturbing to watch, before adding Also in World Record Weekly this week, South African boy band Paraffin entered the books for the first time this week as they choreographed the world's longest dance routine to feature Cherry Bakewells. The freshly baked good featured in the attempt an oppressive 16 West Brom times, breaking the previous record of 12 set by West Brom, not set by West Brom, set by British heartthrob Robert Pookleg. West Brom. In a more centralised record attempt, there was a group of Guinness representatives present in Bladdersdale this weekend to bear witness to Kylie Horrific and her attempt to drink the Bladderhead Reservoir. It would have been the highest volume of fishable water to be consumed by a human, and she has apparently been preparing for the attempt over lockdown by shoplifting. And finally here on World Record Weekly, tragedy struck at the world record attempt of most saddest thing ever, which was viewed by the panel of judges as quite fortunate. But to add to the misery, it wasn't as sad as that other sad thing, the death of Barry Chuckle. Good night, sweet prince. Good night, sweet prince.
Oh, what, are you listening to Chris Pollard Live, are you? Oh, yeah, good for you. What, do you want a big pat on the back, mate? Do you want a medal? Do you want a medal, mate?
Welcome back to Chris Pollard Live. You just heard Whites of Their Eyes by Mattiel? M-I-T-T-I-E-L. That was released in 2017, and I thought that was a cracker. Happened upon it upon my morning Spotify regime. We are swiftly approaching the halfway point of tonight's programme, and in the second half of the programme there are some of those bangers that just make your nose go like crusty round the rims. We've got Industry Secrets, we've got Series Link, we've got some live Active Crime Association, along with an interesting look at a mysterious new organisation known as PubeSac. But I think at first it's at least courteous that we do with a time capsule. Going in the time capsule this week. First of all, the dawning of a new era. Next, the earring of an old woman called Dawn. And finally, Sean Ryder's Pez dispenser. I wonder what flavour we got in here. What flavour you got in here, Sean? Have a taste. Twisted melon. Welcome to the second half of Chris Pollard Live here on your Thursday night banger of a lineup as usual on Durham on Air. Coming up later this evening, we have got the Soul Cellar with Alex Sweeney. And then following that, we have got Hot and Cool with Chris Coxon. Durham on Air's hottest and coolest DJ. I hope you're doing well wherever you're doing. If you want to get in touch tonight, there is still ample time to do so. You might have heard me mention we've got an hour left. And if you want to do that, you can tweet at Durham on Air. You can text studio plus your message to 88802. Or indeed, you can email studio@durhamonair.com. Just going to give it a quick refresh. No emails. But yes, we've still got lots in store for you this evening, including some industry secrets, Live Active Crime Association, series link, and a little look at a new section, Pube Sack. But it's time to dim those lights. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get erotic.
The connection section. Oh.
Welcome to the Connections section. Your first listing tonight for those lonely hearts of County Durham. Old, but not too old to make your ears twitch, writes firm-footed 74-year-old of Coxhoe. Oh, you made that name up, Durham, not me. Don't be going to Ofcom. I'm looking for someone with intelligence, curves, and a disabled parking badge. Get in touch now for late nights in Turkish delights. Next up, overtly obsessed Bjork fan seeks Bjork and Bjork alone or else. Next up, this is quite a nice one. I need more than the fire to warm my feet at night. 42 of lower toxoplasmosis. I'm looking for any man with thighs strong enough to crush a chinchilla into a warm puree. I have 4 in a bed, series linked on Sky Plus, so let's make it 6. Call now. That's appealing. Get in touch at Durham on Air if you want to get in touch with that. Also tonight, lonely old sea captain with irritable bowel syndrome seeks woman who doesn't mind picking woodworm out of my peg leg. I understand this is not the most attractive offer, but I do have in my possession an old sacred chest filled to the brim with golden doubloons. He also adds, Yar. And your last listing tonight on the connection section, shake me up and down like yesterday's ketchup, aged 19 of Sacriston. Oh, Sacriston. I've quit my job at Aldi to become a full-time sex icon, and I'm seeking any female with the fondness of Lynx Africa, Shockwave's hair gel, and the unimitable interior smell of a Peugeot 207. So if you can fill any of those nooks and crannies this evening with some of that polyfiller that you call love, then get in touch with Durham on Air, Chris Pollard Live, Connection section.
Durham on Air presents Chris Pollard Live. It's a bit like playing backgammon in the garden in the naked and your neighbour catches you watching and they're watching and seeing your scrotum.
Welcome back to Chris Pollard Live. I haven't seen you in ages. There was 96 Quite Bitter Beings by CKY from Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. Before the ad break, we heard Penguins and Polar Bears by Milan Collin, and before that, Superman by Goldfinger. And that is the end of the video game music for tonight. Some of you are going to be very, very glad to hear. But what I wanted to do right now is, if it's possible with you, I've just been airdropped something this week, and I feel like it'll be relevant because I've been trying to give the show a community feel. I've been trying to give the people options in life and things they can do and things that can help. So today I've been compiling a few listings by the Corporation of Public Updates by England's Societies, Associations and Clubs, or PubeSac. That's the public updates by England's societies, associations and clubs. PubeSack.
PubeSack.
So tonight on PubeSack we provide you those updates, newsletter notices and public postings by the many groups and hobbyist societies that may be of interest to you, the good people of County Durham. First up, the Cambridge Cauliflower Society have announced their annual trip to the Leek Fields of Ipswich. It's coming up very shortly. The 40-seater coach will leave from the town hall next Sunday at 6 a.m. Hurry and get your tickets for this once-in-a-lifetime yearly extravaganza. Only 38 seats remaining. Next up, the Portsmouth Plimsoll admirers are holding their annual dinner and dance this year over at Mrs. Kettledrum's house. This is following the postponed events at Elsie Teabag's mysterious southern summer secret retreat. Shh. Please make sure you make your own parking arrangements and bring your own tackle. The flat is number 2004 and is on the 20th floor. Not sure if lift will be working at time of party, and it says in brackets, not worked since 1994, but you never know. Next up, the Darts for Hearts Society have regrouped once again and are looking for new participants as they attempt to create a pop smash hit in time to contest for the Christmas number 1. Our provisional song title is 180 Ways to Love You, but we are also considering the group, calling the group that because we really, really like the name 180 Ways to Love You. We know we are not... Also, the annual Corporation and Brotherhood of Pickpockets are looking to raise some funds for their upcoming weekend away in Blackpool. Any donations will be truly and wholeheartedly appreciated. Please leave any money on top of Brown Bin in Tesco Car Park, Easington High Street, after 9:30pm when Dave on security finishes his shift. So there's just a few of the many groups that are active right now in the PubeSack.
PubeSack.
And when we come back after the next break, we'll be doing something that we're all a bit more familiar with, and that's the Industry Secrets with Did You Know, where you will find out what's in my head. Here's Fuzz with What's in My Head.
Chris Pollard Live contains 15 servings.
Only under money.
Welcome back to Chris Pollard Live. You have just heard What's in My Head by Fuzz, and we are rapidly approaching the last half hour of the programme. Hope you're doing well, if you are doing well at all. If you want to get in touch, there's still time on Twitter at Durham On Air, and also texting Studio Plus your message to 88802, or you can add me on LinkedIn. But yes, as promised earlier, I did promise you that I'd open those doors of wisdom and just let you open the Pandora's box of those little things that should be kept behind closed doors in famous circles. It's time for Did You Know? I couldn't find this.
Did you know?
One sec. There we go. Let me try this again.
Did you know?
Did you know? Nicole Kidman is nor kid nor man.
Did you know?
Did you know I just started playing the next song by accident? Did you know? Good Morning Britain is set to announce its new like-for-like host over the new weekend. A bag of sick with a messiah complex. Did you know? A bag of dog sick.
Did you know? Did you know, pal? Did you know?
Did you know that before Big Brother live eviction shows, Davina McCall would wash her hair 408 times? Did you know? Did you know? Did you know the White Stripes were formed after an incident with an undiagnosed water infection in an Aldi chick in Kiev? Did you know? Did you know that Bono, singer of U2, owns more than 7 hats? Did you know? Did you know? Did you know that Morgan Freeman's freckles were applied by Salvador Dali in an attempt to make the actor more sympathetic to an Italian audience? Did you know? Did you know? Did you know that when Bob Geldof famously said, "Oh, just give us the bloody money," it was actually because he just found some new shoes that he wanted? Did you know? Might have been ASOS. Did you know that following their divorce, Kanye West and Kim Kardashian have decided to settle down and have a quiet life out of the public eye? Did you know? Did you know? A few of these tonight. Did you know pop star Pink? So many that the songs restarted. Did you know that pop star Pink chose her stage name after she was forced to change after being sued for using the stage name Trevor McDonald? Did you know? I'll wrap this up now. Did you know that if Elon Musk's head swells another 4 millimeters in diameter, it will be able to provide enough food to end child poverty in the Sudan? Did you know? Why don't you get on with it, Elon? Get on with it. You're just hanging around. Coming up very shortly, I've got another Chris Pollard Live classic in Nightclubbing by Iggy Pop, and that's going to be coming before the advert break, which is dawning on us ever so scarily. But before we do head over there to Mr. Iggy Pop, I do want to just give you a heads up on a couple of the things I've got in Series Link this week. I've got a couple of films actually this week, because there are a few films on telly that I am sort of enamoured with. First of all, we've got Rod Stewart playing the lead role in the 2021 reboot of Mrs. Doubtfire. He's been cast obviously because he's got the accent and he doesn't need any makeup. Also in the box office this week, Hangover Part 4, starring Alvin and the Chipmunks, as they comically piece together memories of an X-rated swingers night in the upstairs of their local Chinese takeaway. Also, film-wise, The Good, the Bad and the Sarcastic is on BBC iPlayer, starring Clint Eastwood. Good for you, mate. Yeah, good for you, mate. Nice one. Yeah, funny. Telly-wise, on BBC 4 tonight, I'm going to be watching Elton John's medieval toast rack adventure. But lastly, my star pick of the week. This week on ITV2, I'm going to be watching Life Without Ulcers. One man's journey around the British coastline without ulcers. Here's Iggy. See you soon, guys.
Chris Pollard.
Welcome back to Chris Pollard Live. There was the Liminianas with Cold Was the Ground, and we're rapidly approaching the end of tonight's Chris Pollard live, but still to come tonight. Of course, we have the Soul Cellar, and we also have Hot and Cool with Chris Coxon. Durham and Air's hottest and coolest DJ. Had to say it. But first, we must move somberly on to the Live Active Crime Association with their most recent bulletin. Police and local Wi-Fi hotspot owners have issued a statement to keep vigilant and calm while they investigate the disappearance of Michael Kiss and Don't Tell Crableg. Crableg has been a staple of this community for decades, with his cheeky catchphrase,
Not these denim jeans again.
and signature smell of belly pork. The lack of his presence within the Durham community has driven some locals so far emotionally they've had to have their hair cut by a new barber. If anyone has any information on the whereabouts of Crableg, you should be ashamed of yourself for not telling us sooner. Honestly, I'm worried sick. What I'd do to hear that one more time.
Not these denim jeans again.
Police have also made local hit-and-run shoe shiner Paul Betrayal their number one suspect after a recent string of unsolicited shinings in Durham International Airport. Crableg's shoes were found near his home, and by God do they have a shine on them, only possible by a signature £3 job from Paul Betrayal. If you can help us, if you can save the soul of Durham, what are you waiting for, radio listener? Become a hero for your county today. Here's Joe Strummer.
Through a festival way out west.
There was Coma Girl by Joe Strummer with the Mescaleros. Rest in peace, Joe, and rest in peace to tonight's show. I've got to get off, but stay tuned, because tonight we've got the Soul Cellar and Hot and Cool. You know it's the only place to be tonight. Durham on Air. But until next Wednesday, I'll catch you on the flip side. Love you all.